This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for another week on Movie Chats. I hope you're all doing well. Dave, yes, the new Transformers trailer has landed. I'm not really a big fan of Beast Wars, but it does look quite good, to be fair. Steve, how was your week?
Yeah, it's been busy, mate. I've been at work, so it's had a bit of a quiet weekend and then back at work on Monday. But other than that, it's been all right, mate. You?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. It's been busy, and like I say, I'm going to be thankful for tomorrow, so we can have a couple of days rest, and yeah, just take it easy over the weekend. So far, we've only got Dave in the chat. Like I say, he's mentioned the Transformers trailer straight off the bat. So there we go. And
I noticed it popped up earlier on, but I hadn't had a chance to watch it because I've literally just got home.
If you're lucky, we might do a live trailer breakdown.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
I don't know how that would go.
Well, I think, the fact that we don't make any money out of the videos anyway, I don't think it'll make a blind bit of difference.
Oh, I know. Just hurry up and subscribe, everyone, will you? Get us that 1,000 mark so we can make money out of it. Never watched Beast Wars, but I did wonder if I had time to watch. Of course, I had time to watch it. I was working from home today.
Which means you were so busy you were struggling to fit it into your time schedule, weren't you?
I have been flat out today. It's been a day of catching up of office paperwork and back office stuff. It's been a nightmare.
Hey, Pat.
Even Neil. Right, so this week we are looking at Denzel Washington. However, before anyone else does point it out, thank you, Peter, for pointing it out. Facebook had also corrected Washington to Warrington.
Warrington.
So have a look at
Warrington.
If you have a look at the Facebook post in the group, it does say we're looking at Denzel Warrington, which is obviously the Wish version of Denzel Washington. And we are going to be reviewing Alien as the homework movie. Now, tonight you are stuck with me, little Steve. We haven't got a special guest, unfortunately. But like I say, we are here to keep you entertained as every week as it goes. Stevie, shall we jump into where do you want to go first? Do you want to go homework or do you want to go
do homework first? Yeah, because I know you've got about half an hour's worth of talking.
Sorry, I just cut him off because he was slagging me off there.
Fair enough.
Okay,
that's a new section of our new chat.
There we go. Yeah, we'll do live reviews on when the trailers drop going forward. Good evening, Mr. Hayden and Belle. Hope you're okay. Oh, Gareth joined us as well. Right, homework, Steve. Alien.
Yes.
So I know you watched it because.
Yeah. Hey, Peter.
You asked us. Evening, Pete. You asked me what version do you want to watch, the theoretical or the director's cut? You ended up with the director's cut, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. What did you think?
I haven't watched it in a long time, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I did the second one. Aliens, which is a completely different director, obviously. I don't know.
And a different way to...
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was okay. It was just I found it to drag on a bit, to be honest. But then that might be the director's cut side of it.
I think when I was watching it, because I love the theatrical version of it, the original release,
Yeah.
and I think that the pacing on that is quite good. When I put my version of the director's cut in, and you get him talking about this is the film that he wants to make, and he's put a load of extra scenes in it and stuff.
Yeah.
I think some
Yeah.
of those scenes do give you a bit more context on character relationships and stuff, but it takes away from the the actual thing that's going on.
I
Those
think
scenes
that's
between
probably it.
those scenes between Lambert and that word repairing the ship, and they're
Yeah.
talking to Ripley about the extra percentages all the time. That's 5 minutes worth of film that's just taken away from the fact that the others are off on the alien ship.
Mm.
You've got a bit more Jonesy, which I quite enjoyed, but the extra scenes make it clear he's not actually on the alien side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there was a theory, wasn't there, that if you saw Jonesy, you're gonna die because the alien's sort of going with Jonesy. But yeah, I quite like that. There is a couple of scenes in there as well that added to that. I completely missed the first time around watching the director's cut of the Dallas scene where he's in the cocoon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And but that just seems to be thrown in there. She's running around trying to get to the escape pod, get the cat, get everything else, get all, and then she sees him, and it's just like, okay, so that's completely away from the film. That could have been 10 minutes early on, where they were like, right, let's put it in there, right? We know they're concluding us, we know that they're trying to kill us, right? Let's blow the fucking ship up. Boom.
Yeah.
But it's just in the wrong place for me.
I don't know. I just thought when she sort of escaped on that in that little flight, the airship thing.
Yeah.
It's like you knew full well that thing was still in there, but I think that's probably where it could have ended. But then it's carried on. I don't know. It just seemed to drag things out. That director's cut, like you said yourself, it's added things which is good, but it sort of takes away the intensity of the movie.
Yeah. Did you go on to watch the rest of the series?
I haven't watched
the rest of the series.
No, I started watching number 2, but I remember watching number 2 before. But all I remember is with number 2 is it seems like a much bigger movie. It's a lot better for me. The pacing on it is better for me. Obviously Aliens rather than Alien, but I don't know. It just didn't have the same shine it did years ago when I watched that. But then it might have been because I was watching that rather than theatrical release. I was watching the director's cut, that extra stuff that was or wasn't needed. Hey, Pete. Hey, Rich. You okay, mate?
Yeah, that 10 minutes extra or 15 minutes extra, whatever it is, on the director's cut. Do you remember the sketch in The Big Bang Theory where they were talking about Indiana Jones or whatever it is, and it was the unseen footage that changed the whole tone of the movie?
Yeah.
That's what this was to me. That 5-10 minute section that they've added in of conversation, and that's all it was just conversation. There was no additional action in any of it.
I've got it stuck in my head. One of the spoof movies, mate. One of the spoof movies where they're parodying aliens, and the thing comes out and starts singing and dancing out of the stomach. It's ruined that scene for me now. Like, hello, my baby, hello. It's Spaceballs, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, it is. Spaceballs.
Taking a piss out of Alien and Hitchhikers.
yeah,
but, Spaceballs.
I mean, I think, to be fair, I think the franchise itself, especially like let's say number 2 and onwards, I think they were stronger films. I definitely think there were stronger films than the first one.
I don't know. I think problems that we had with Alien 3, because they were still technically writing it while they were halfway through filming it. I think the issues there. However, I have watched 3 this weekend, that weekend gone, because I did the box set. I watched
Done the whole box set,
Alien
did you?
on. Yeah, I watched Alien on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And then on the Sunday morning, because I know AJ was live at 5:00 on Sunday morning, and I was talking to him in the chat, and then I went
Oh,
and
you
watched
like to get up early, don't you?
Yeah, so I was watching the other two. The fourth one, Resurrection, I just sort of forget that's there. But the third one has got a perfect ending, because obviously what happens, she kills herself, she kills the alien, done.
Yeah.
I don't think the third one's as bad now watching it as I remembered it being. I think.
So you've obviously watched the box set. Which one do you think has aged the worst then, really? Which one is the weakest one for you out of the ones you've watched?
I think Alien 3 is down the same line as Aliens. I think there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more going on. And I don't think Alien is the same as Aliens 2 and 3. I think Alien.
Well, I mean, for that, you've got, is it James Cameron, the second one?
Yeah. But I think Alien is a completely different film. That's more of a suspense horror type of film, where Alien 2 or Aliens is pure action, isn't it? That's sci-fi action all the way from start to finish. And then
Which is
Alien
probably why I
3
prefer it, to be honest.
Yeah. I think you could get away with writing Alien 3 as any other alien-esque sort of Xeno movie. You could have put any type of alien figure, alien monster in that scenario and got the same film.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I totally agree, Anthony. The Alien 3's, I did think it was poor at one stage, but yeah, I totally agree with you. It's changed my mind on it. I think that's aged well over time.
Well, that's the thing,
Peter's
isn't it?
asking about Alien.
What's that?
Peter's asking what about Alien versus Predator. Now, the first one, I've watched that recently. It's on Disney Plus. So what we were reviewing the other week? Oh, we were watching Face Off, and I come across Alien versus Predator. And yeah, I quite enjoyed the premise of Alien versus Predator. I thought that was quite well done. I quite liked the whole temple thing. I quite liked how they drew the humans in, obviously, to use them for the facehuggers. And I quite enjoyed the battle scene at the end with the Predator and the Queen. I thought that was quite well done. I don't think the payoff in an Alien versus Predator 2 was there for me. I think they could have quite happily just left it where it was in our minds that there was a sort of hybrid Predator alien running around, up in space. We didn't need that second film at all.
Money at the end of the day.
Yeah. But that's probably why they've never revisited it after that second one, because there's just no money in it. But for me, if you were to class out the first three films, which one was the weaker one, I think that's a difficult conversation to have, because, like I say, Alien is not at the same tone as Aliens and Alien 3.
Well, I mean, bear in mind, I did watch it during the day, but I would say the first one really didn't have that many scares in it. It wasn't sort of a suspenseful sort of horror sort of side of it. It was a little bit sci-fi. I don't think it knew what it was, to be honest.
I think the theoretical cut was better than the director's. I think, as I say, there's no jump scare. There is a couple of little extra bits. The bits where, obviously, where Kane and Lambert see them take away the other fella. you know, and you see the in the theoretical one, if I remember correctly, you sort of see him go in. You don't see him chase the cat as much, but you see him go in.
Yeah.
Then you hear him scream, and then you see the chains going, and then Kane's going, "Oh, whatever's took him was huge." Well, Kane didn't see him in the director's cut. Kane seen the alien, didn't it? So it was like, right, this.
How did he know? How did he know it was huge? How the hell did he know? He didn't see anything.
Well, he ran in towards the end, didn't he? But you didn't.
When he said that, I sort of did think at the time, how the hell did you know it was huge?
Because he came in, didn't he, towards the end? We didn't see him see it, but in the normal release, it just sort of cuts, doesn't it? He runs into the storage room. You hear him scream. You see the change. Then he's.
I don't know if it's just a director's cut, but the thing is that the way it was, it seemed like there was a scene where the little alien, escapes that room, and then literally the next shot, almost this thing's fully grown adult. There was no sort of. It didn't look like there was any sort of time scale in between it. Yeah, I remember that, Shabba. The Alien Isolation, that was good on the consoles. That was.
It's on Xbox Game Pass for free.
Yeah.
Alien Isolation.
It didn't seem like any time at all between this thing being this size and being absolutely ginormous.
Yeah.
Hey, Sharon.
I do enjoy Alien. It is that I don't think I've rushed to pick up the director's cut again.
No.
It's not like Aliens, where what they added into the director's cut actually benefited the film.
No, but the thing is that if I was in your shoes and I got a message saying, "Would you watch this version or this version?" I just watched the theatrical cut.
Yeah,
because I think the stuff that they added takes away.
Yeah, for Aliens, I'll be watching the director's cut because there is a few extra bits in there that makes a lot more sense, and the bits in there about the auto turrets and the corridors and stuff. It just adds the fact that the aliens, the xenomorphs, are just throwing bodies at them just to test the water. But the thing with Alien, though, for me, is that I don't know how many people were on Hadley's Hope for them to convert into xenomorphs for the facehuggers.
See, Shabba said the same thing, and I totally agree on that as well. But then, having saying that, the thing is, I think with both movies, or both sets of movies, I've seen the second one before I saw the first one. For whatever reason, I've seen Aliens before I watched Alien, and I definitely watched Judgment Day before I watched T1.
But don't forget that this is at a time where both first films were major blockbusters. Yeah, Alien and T1 did really, really well separately, and then they've had to better it for the sequel. I think we live in a day and age now where they throw a shit film out, see what it does, and then deliberately write a better sequel to fix the first film. And we've not got that with these.
No.
You know, I think Cameron's done well to better Alien, but like you say, he took it in a completely different direction. He's took it from a one-to-one scenario with Ripley in it.
Well, there was no guarantee that she was coming on board for the second one. She wasn't signed up for it. No. Like it wasn't a 3-movie contract, you know. And if truth be told, I don't think she enjoyed the experience of doing the first one. So he had his work cut out for him to try and get Aliens done with her in it.
Now there's a nice little comic story that runs in between Aliens and Alien 3, where they were picked up and they end up on like a space station and stuff like that, and that's how she gets impregnated, because there's no way that she gets impregnated by that one facehugger.
Yeah.
That, you know, that is impregnated the dog or whatever, or where these facehuggers have come from. That the two of them, you know, the queen. There is this theory that the queen facehugger can lay 2 embryos, so it's got Ripley, then it's got the dog, and then died. You know, or the bull, depending on which version of the film you're watching.
Remind me again.
So
How did they get
there's
the
a nice
face
little
hugger off?
story.
Remind me again, because obviously I just. How did they get the face hugger off that guy in the first one?
It just died. It just fell off.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? That's right. Because they tried to cut it off, and
They tried to cut it
stuff
off and it got ash blood. Yeah,
basically acid.
but in the second one, they did cut 2 off, and it killed the people it was attached to. So they must have had a horrible death because they must have burned to death.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the first one, they cut his knuckle, didn't it? Or cut the knuckle of the face hugger, and it bled out through the shit. But
yeah,
and then they left it on, and then it just died and fell off.
Through about 4 different floors on it.
Yeah, ultimately, I did enjoy the first film. But like I say, you can't compare it. You can't compare it to the rest of the series, and then you've got to forget that Resurrection exists.
Yeah.
You know, because that was definitely a money grab.
Well, we'll talk about. I've got a movie that I saw this week that's a money grab, but we'll go on about that later. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you want to move on to Denzel?
I was going to say, let's move on to Mr. Warrington.
Yeah.
Right. Denzel Washington, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you can't tell me that you've ever seen a Denzel Washington movie that you've not enjoyed.
No. Took me a while to get used to his character in Training Day. But it's not that I didn't enjoy it. It's just it took me a while to get used to him. But other than that, no, not really.
So I enjoy Training Day. I enjoyed his character in it. That King Kong's not got shit on me line is just absolutely brilliant. It just comes out of nowhere. Yeah. And like I say, he has done some really good films that I enjoy, and I do go back to watch, and we'll talk about a couple of them when I come to do the top 5. However, I have got more mentions than I've got my top 5, and it's not like the Jodie Foster week last week or the Sandra Bullock week a couple of weeks ago, where we've got our top 5 and that's it. This list just grows and grows and grows. It's like a Tom Hanks week.
Yeah.
In theory, would you like to go for your top 5, mate?
That Flight film was a pile of shit, apparently, according to your wife. Are you going to disagree?
It was. No.
What?
No,
hang on.
I'm not going to disagree.
You just made a big statement.
No, I said you're going to find it hard to find a film you've not enjoyed. I did enjoy it. I thought the premise was brilliant, but I think that came out roughly the same time as Sully did. So you've got 2 plane crash sort of films, one after the other.
That was quite coincidental, wasn't it? Like, you got that every so often. Like, if I remember rightly, it was something like Wired Earp and Tombstone came out around the same time, and I'm trying to think of the other ones now. There was The Postman and something else, and it's just literally just coincidence that these things have dropped at the same time. I think Pirates of the Caribbean and the one with I want to say Russell Crowe in it, but I don't think it was Russell Crowe.
Master and Commander.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. See, I found it very easy to find a film I didn't enjoy by Denzel Washington.
I think the problem was that we just watched Sully like the week or so before. Yeah. I thought if I remember correctly, we just watched Sully a couple of days before watching Flight, and we thought, oh, here's another one that's similar. And if you were to watch Flight without seeing Sully, you're probably thinking, you know what, this isn't a bit far-fetched. The fact he turns the plane over and flies it upside down to put the fire out and all that lot, if I remember it. But you would sort of enjoy it. But you just had Sully go through all of that and the investigation bit as well. And Deep Impact and Armageddon. Yeah. It's that type of...
That's it. And then there was it Volcano? And What was that other one?
Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak, yeah.
Dante's Peak. Yeah. Stop making excuses, baby. Yeah. Well, she did watch it live because someone said it was all about planes, and I said no. The plane's in it for about 5 minutes, and then it crashes.
Brilliant.
So do you want to go through your top 5, mate?
Okay. Top 5. I'll go with Book of Eli.
Yeah.
He Got Game. The Hurricane. John Q. And The Equalizer.
Okay. They're completely different to mine. What's your mentions?
No, go through your top 5 first, and then because you're probably going to cross them off.
So, in no particular order, as always, I've got Courage Under Fire, Crimson Tide, Man on Fire, Inside Man, Remember the Titans.
Yeah, so I've got Remember the Titans as I mentioned, because I did enjoy that. Courage Under Fire, Flight, just for you, Lana. Crimson Tide, Philadelphia, and Training Day. I mean, there's a load more I've seen, but literally just you could just go mad. Like you say, there's not many movies that he stars in that you would struggle to find one that you didn't like unless you were Lana.
No, well, I've deliberately left Philadelphia off my list because we reviewed that the other week.
But I think the reason why that was just an honourable mention is because that's more of a Tom Hanks movie than it is a Denzel Washington movie.
Although Denzel did a brilliant job in the
film. Yeah, no denying it.
I've gone Book of Eli for mention. Sorry, Book of Eli, Deja Vu, Antoine Fisher, Training Day, Bone Collector, Safe House, The Pelican Brief.
Yeah.
And of course, Glory.
Yeah. Oh, see, I haven't seen Glory. I've got it, but I've been meaning to get around to watching it. But I nearly picked up The Pelican Brief the other day because it was about £6 on Amazon with it Black Friday. But I remember watching that at the cinemas when I was younger.
Yeah, no one's seen Glory. I've seen Glory. Oh, he must have been writing that as I was showing that. Yeah.
Glory is awful.
Oh, it's
in the right mood today.
Yeah, it's long, but it's good film. Taking Feeling 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got that one, Shabba. I haven't seen it for a while, but if I was to look at a Runaway Train movie, I'd probably pick Money Train over it.
That's good. Yeah, I like Money Train.
The Allison one. I'll probably pick that one over Feeling 1, 2, 3. But Denzel Washington. So I was going to go through his accolades and stuff like that, but there's just too many of them. But
we haven't got that long.
It's only an hour and a half show most weeks. But like I say, the two on that list of my top 5 that I'd like to talk about is Courage Under Fire and Man on Fire. Courage Under Fire is great because he's the military investigator trying to prove the fact that the helicopter pilot shouldn't get a medal because she's a woman.
Yeah.
And depending on how the story goes and who he talks to, he gets different versions of what's going on. So there's a young Matt Damon in that film who's trying to say, the pilot did really well. She deserves everything she gets. And then then there's a couple of sergeants and stuff like that says, no, she flaked under it because they don't want women in combat. And I think that's an interesting twist to put on that. G.I. Jane does something similar. They play on that where they put them into trial to prove the fact that they shouldn't be there, but it pays off for them in the end. Man on Fire is just a brilliant film. Creasy and Petra and Christopher Walken in that movie. He just brings that voice to he's not a particularly great character.
Walken plays Christopher Walken.
Yeah. He's not. He's the only time I've ever seen Christopher Walken actually act is when he was the headless horseman in Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, that's true. But he literally is Christopher Walken in every bloody movie, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, Man on Fire. If you haven't seen Man on Fire, go and watch that. That's an absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, that is a great
film.
movie. Going off topic, anyone going watching Avatar 2 in? I don't know, Shab. To be honest with you, I'd like to, but it'd be difficult to try and get out to go and watch it.
Mm.
Yeah, Denzel Washington in Fallen, where he takes over by a demon in the end. Yeah.
Hey, there's only me that's allowed to put spoilers on this channel, Shabba.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair, I don't think I've seen Fallen. I don't think I've seen Fallen.
Yeah, remember it's a while back though. Now adding that to your list, to find.
Yeah, yeah.
You know the ending now.
It's all right. I can figure it out. You know.
You obviously haven't seen.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I've seen much of Christopher Walken's work, to be fair.
I think you've probably seen him in a few bits.
Oh no, sorry, I have seen him act. He was in Weapon of Choice, wasn't he? Fatboy Slim's video. He was dancing in that.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That I remember that. Where he's bouncing off the walls in the like shopping centre thing. Carrer has taken it back. Glory is not awful. So breaking news.
Yeah. He must have been getting it confused with something else. Yeah. So, is there, if you were to pick one of his films as your all-time favorite, what would it be?
Do you know what? I'm going to go with John Q. I like the Book of Eli because I like them all, but I like Book of Eli because I think obviously a lot of that movie revolves around his character and carrying that movie for certain periods of time. But I like John Q because I think that's a realistic situation that you would possibly do if your child was in that situation. Do you know what I mean? It depends how extreme it was, but I know for a fact if the NHS carries on going the way it is, and that happened to my son, I'd be doing the same bloody thing. And I think that's why I appreciate that movie because it is a relatable in some way, I think. Whereas the other ones, like He Got Game is a good basketball one. The Hurricane about the boxer, really good. Remember the Titans, a classic film. But I think my favourite I'm going to say John Q. Yeah. Oh, we're going on about Christopher Walken now. We need that on the wheel. That's because
I think he is on the wheel, and that whole what is it? Oh yeah, this is your daddy's watch. You know, when he died,
he shoved it up his ass, and
I shoved it up my ass.
John Q, Chris, is about a guy whose son needs I want to say a liver transplant or a kidney transplant or something, and he's dying. And he's getting, even though I think he doesn't have the money to pay for it because of the prices over there. I think something on that sort of lines, if I remember rightly. And they won't do anything for him, even though he's a kid. I think there's an element of colour has something to do with it as well, maybe, if I remember rightly. It's a while since I've seen it. But he basically takes over the hospital until they sort it out. Knowing full well that obviously,
I think it's more a dig.
What?
It's more of a dig at the American sort of health system, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But what I'm saying is I can't remember if any of them reject him on that basis or not. That's what I'm saying. It's been a while since I've watched it, but it's definitely one of those movies it's definitely worth a watch. I put.
Mortensen. Yeah, I'll add them to the wheel.
Don't do drugs before you watch a stream, people. Oh, hi, Coro. Really?
I don't know. I hope we do get him on the wheel because it gives me an excuse then to go and watch G.I. Jane again. But in fact, we need to I need to check if Demi Moore's on the wheel because we need an excuse to watch Striptease again.
Oh, you've got to do it. You've got to do it for the sake of the audience, innit?
For the
sake of your viewers.
Of the homework.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's all research.
Debbie Does Dallas is that on the wheel as well, yeah.
No, I'm not into that. So the striptease thing though is quite funny because there is a scene in it where she's getting out the shower and she's dancing around to Annie Lennox's Little Bird.
Yeah.
And you know, the thought you were more G.I. Joe than G.I. Jane. So, there's a scene where she's dancing around to Little Bird and it's brilliant, and Lana loves the scene. You know, it's great. It's the only time I can ever get around to watching a movie that's got tits in it, and Lana's not going to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, she always seems to catch that one scene in like Spartacus or.
I told you this before. Lou's exactly the same. Like, why is everything's got to have sex in it? I'm like, I didn't know it had that in.
Yeah,
but most
30 seconds of Starship Troopers where they're in the shower blocks and they're talking. She walks through. Look, there's tits again. Oh, fuck off. You know,
the only part of the movie, literally.
Yeah, it's literally that's the only thing in the film. Right. So, so my recommendations, if you were going to watch a Denzel Washington film and you've not seen it, is Courage Under Fire. Go and watch Courage Under Fire. It's an old film. It's got Meg Ryan in, Denzel Washington. It's Matt Damon and who's the bloke that played? Thingy Valentine in his movie.
Thingy Valentine?
You'll know him anyway when you see him.
What was that about? Courage Under Fire, really?
Yeah. Using Courage Under Fire.
Look, let me see if I can.
It's all right.
Have they come up with it in the answers, in the question, in the comments yet?
Lou Diamond Phillips.
There we go.
Yeah, it's got Lou Diamond Phillips in it.
There we go.
It was also in Stargate Universe, wasn't it?
Courage Under Fire.
Yeah. I just love that film. That'll be my one recommendation if you were to go watch a Denzel Washington film that you've not seen in ages. Go and watch
it. Crimson Tide. There you go. That is a good one.
Yeah. Right. Let's move on, shall we, matey? Should we jump over to movie news?
Okay.
Right. So we were on Matt V's movies on Saturday, right? And one of Matt's guests commented that there's a rumor that Apple was going to buy Disney. Okay.
All right.
Now Disney have just gone through a change of CEO. All of a sudden, it just came out of the blue. And they've changed the CEO there. Now, the new CEO, Bob Iger, sorry, Bob, if I got your name wrong, please come on to correct me, has come out and categorically stated it's all speculation. Yeah, yeah, come on. You know, correct me how you pronounce your name. He's pretty much kiboshed it. He said it's all speculation. It's not happening. We're 100% secure. And we are looking at rebuilding the Disney brand back to greatness. So they're admitting that they are struggling at the moment with certain franchises. So that's good to hear that Apple aren't going to buy Disney because, like I say, Apple TV is not necessarily took off. Disney Plus hasn't necessarily worked. But I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing if you merged them both together, though. You know?
Yeah.
Staying on the lines of Disney, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is coming back after 95 years off screen. It was one of the first characters that was put on a Disney animation cartoon 95 years ago. and he's making a return for the 100-year anniversary of Disney. So that should be quite good, that, getting him back in. I'll say quite good. I don't think I've seen the original one, but I've seen clips of it as well. But it's nice that they're dipping back into early days for the 100-year anniversary. Right, we were talking about biopics, Steve, for the other week with Tom Hanks and Chris, when Chris was on.
Yeah.
Have you heard the new biop for Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee? No, I've not heard of it. I mean, the thing is that I really, really like Dragon, Bruce Lee's story. I did enjoy the latest one they did as well. Was it the Bruce Lee story or something? I forget what they call it now. I've got it anyway, but I enjoyed that one. But the first one, I think that watching that was it the 90s that came out? That was one of my favourite films in the 90s. That Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Cheers, Caro or Bob. So Ang Lee, who was the the director for Brokeback Mountain and Life of Pi, is being given the Bruce Lee biop. So,
yeah, but who's going to play Bruce? Okay, here we go. Ang Lee's son is going to play in the biopic. Okay. That's interesting.
Now, I quite like the Jason Scott Lee version of Bruce Lee.
What was it called?
Dragon, wasn't it? The
Dragon. The Dragon one. Sorry, I thought you was talking about the second one. Yeah, I thought he did well in that, but then I didn't have any reference at the time. I knew who Bruce Lee was, but obviously for me, I mean, there's some accuracies about that, and then there's some that are completely blown out for the cinematic effect, isn't it? Really. But it was a good. I enjoyed that movie really well, and the soundtrack's really good on it as well.
I don't know what biop you'd be doing of Brandon Lee though. I think Bruce Lee's such a big star, isn't he, and well known that you could get away with doing that time and time again. Yeah.
I think the one thing that would be interesting is their take on how the accident happened. You know, if they did it around sort of him getting into movies or whatever, and then ultimately the ending, it would be. I don't know. I'd watch it.
Or do you think they do what they did with Bohemian Rhapsody, where they left that out? They they got to the bit where he was famous, didn't they, in Bohemian Rhapsody? You know, Live Aid and stuff like that. They got to that and you knew what coming. Do you think they'd finish the buyout for Brandon as he got casted for The Crow?
No, I'd like him to do it at a bit similar to the Bruce Lee. Was it Enter the Dragon?
Yeah.
The bit where obviously they're saying that, you know, it was an absolute smash hit, but he didn't get a chance to sort of see it and enjoy it, if you like.
See it.
Yeah, see it. You know, be there for the premiere. I think that'd be an interesting one if they did that with sort of the Crow movie. I mean, I don't think it was as many people was going to went and watched it, but you know, that sort of ending for me would be fine because it would mirror what happened with his dad, really.
Yeah. And the last piece of movie news I've got is DC related. So you've got the new Flash film. Okay, so that's still in. It's still coming out. Ezra Miller's still going to play the Flash. But what they've done is they've changed the logos now on Flash. It's more centralized around the word in Flash and the logo on his shirt now, instead of having Ezra Miller on the posters.
Oh, really?
And there's also rumors that Ben. Well, he's still convicted. He's still convicted criminal, isn't he? So I don't think they're going to want to put him on all the documentation and stuff. You're going to want people still to go and see the film, aren't you? So, and there is rumours there that Ben Affleck's Batman is going to be superseded by Michael Keaton's Batman, not just in the Flash film. So when they bring Keaton's Batman back, the rumor is that he's going to replace Affleck altogether, and then he's going to be sort of like a mentor to the younger heroes, which is what we were talking about the other week with AJ.
Yeah.
Would we like to see older Bruce being a mentor? Now, if that happens, it's like we've got a flipping crystal ball on this channel, because it's funny that we talk about that, and that's what.
Yeah.
Unless these people write rumors, watch our show, and they're one of the 180 people that do. So thank you very much to those people. It is funny how they're on the same lines as what.
Has he crashed? Steve? I think he needs to put another pound in the meter. There we go. You back with us?
There you go. I'm back. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
It's all right. We just knew it was really interesting.
Yeah, the internet's like, no, fuck that. I'm not talking about this shit.
Not again.
Not again.
Trying to save his viewers. Oh, bless you. Right. Okay. What?
She must be moving around, doing something upstairs. But yeah, so it's funny how we're talking about stuff like that last week, and then that's sort of rumored on the movie sites this week.
Yeah, definitely.
That's going to happen. So I hope it does, because it is nice that we do get that older Bruce sort of mentoring the younger sort of Justice League. So yeah, hopefully, and I'm interested to see how Sasha Calle's Supergirl is going to be in the Flash as well, because this is going to be the introduction to Supergirl in the movies. So that's going to be a good thing as well. There's lots of news going around about this new Mario film, people making comments and then retracting it and saying how great it is. Princess Peach isn't like a typical princess being captured by Bowser in this film. She's more of a feminist type of.
I was going to say, you're telling me she kicks ass and basically rescues Mario who's dead.
Yeah, so I'm going to avoid all of that, not because I'm interested to see what the film is actually going to be about now, because, like you say, it's the conversations around it is completely away from what the film's about. So I'll just avoid talking about it. But that's my movie news for this week.
Fair enough. I was reading on the way home before I left tonight. There's a new release of Scooby-Doo cartoon. It's a little bit woke.
Okay.
If you search Scooby-Doo 2023, it's a little bit woke. But that's all I've seen so far. Like I said, I wanted to watch the trailer for the Transformers, but I didn't have a chance at work. And then when I come home, I've literally just jumped in here because I was running behind a bit.
How would you make that? Well, you'd have Shaggy as.
Well, hang on. No.
No. Before you show it, let's talk it through, because you couldn't have Shaggy black with dreadlocks, could you? Smoking weed, because that's what he was, wasn't he? He's a big druggie, really.
Don't know.
Hey, Tori. And then you couldn't have Thelma being lesbian, could you?
Have a look.
Have a look. What have you sent me? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see that.
It's just. Well, it'll be interesting to see how they do it. But yeah, it's very much medium. Steve, did you see the Transformers Y2K hoodie Chris had on his eBay store?
I did.
Did you? Is
Yeah.
that sold now? Is it? Or is it listed? Is it just listed?
I think so. That was the double XL one, wasn't it? Because I was gutted; it was too big for me.
Oh, you're between sizes. That's why you're medium, Steve, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm between sizes. It drives me nuts at the moment because I'm between a large and an XL. So it's if I'm buying Mountain Warehouse stuff, I'm a large. If I'm buying Regatta stuff, I'm an XL, and it's an absolute nightmare trying to get anything to fit me at the moment. But that's a double XL. If it was just an XL, obviously I would have took it.
Should we open up the floor and talk about other stuff? Are we doing pickups? Are we doing the wheel?
We'll do the. We were going to go into pickups, weren't we?
Yeah, can do. Shabba there.
No.
On the 60 it'll fit.
No, the whole idea is Shabba, is that I'm losing weight. I'm currently teetering back around about the 16 stone mark. So I've put a good half a stone back on since being sick the other week, the other month. But I'm trying to lose it again. Pickups, mate. That's all I've got, really. I mentioned this last week, but I didn't have it to hand. So this is all I've got this week.
Well, fair enough. I've not got a lot of weight, to be fair.
I haven't had a chance to go shopping.
Fair enough.
Go on, mate. What have you got?
Oh, it's only a few bits this week. I've got put me on big screen, will you, bud? There we go. So first thing I got was I did a deal with Mr. Hayden, as he knows I'm a big fan of the Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights. So I got
and he sent you to it in a bin bag, did he?
Yeah, that's what I said to him. I was like, yeah, of course you did. But it's a bit tight on the head, but I need to adjust it anyway. But that's for the 25th anniversary. No, this one is. I'll show you in a second. So yeah, I've got that for my collection. I picked up. I don't very often see this in charity shops, so I picked it up. It's the DVD of Vice Versa.
Okay,
so that's not one I see very often.
No, that's the male version of Freaky Friday, isn't it?
Yes, basically, yeah. So I picked that up. I picked up Series 1 of The Newsroom, which I want to watch. I picked up a director's cut and theatrical version, the Ultimate Edition of Legend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not bad. I mean, it was a couple of quid from CX. I was umming and ahhing it because I've got that. But this is the Ultimate Edition with the theatrical and director's cut. And it was like £3 or something. £2.50.
Oh, right. So I was going to say, you're trading the other one in then, but if that one was £2.50, the other one's not worth much then.
No, exactly. So I picked that one up. I got a couple off Amazon this week because it was Black Friday. So I got the Salisbury Poisoning, which is a TV show, a mini drama. I watched that not long back and enjoyed it, but it went down to about £3. So I picked that up. And then this came out this week, I think. So I pre-ordered it and it turned up, which is the Young Ones, the complete collection.
Oh, wow.
So I don't enjoy this as much as I did Bottom, but I do like it. So we picked that up because Lou likes that as well. Other than that, I mentioned it in our chat the other day, but I found I think it's a kids version, but it's a 1990s Coca-Cola hat, 1997. So I found that for £2. So I'll pick that up. But yeah, that's definitely a kid's size.
Mm.
And that's pretty much it. I had. I don't think I got anything else. Oh, that's it. I think this week, nothing major. But then, like I said, I didn't really go out in the weekend.
No, Shabba saying he's picked up a Wonder Woman 1984 sealed.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd be giving it away as well, Shabba, if I had a copy of that.
It's not the worst movie.
2-1 to Japan, so it looks like Germany could be going out
for the second tournament in a row. In the group stages. That'd be interesting.
All right, so let's throw the link in the chat, shall we? See if we can get anyone here.
Cherry's still with us.
Now, I've been watching quite a few things on Netflix recently. You know, because I've been working my way through my Blu-rays, as you know, and I've done quite well with them. But I changed tact and went to watch a few things on Netflix. So I watched Slumberland before.
Okay, is that Jason Momoa?
Jason Momoa with Chris O'Dowd and is it Marlo Barkley? I got very, very much vibes of What Dreams May Come mixed with The Last Mimsy and Drop Dead Fred when I watched it.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Drop Dead Fred's a classic.
I really enjoyed it. And the other one that I watched, which was via other means, was On the Line with Mel Gibson.
Okay.
Where he's On the Line. He's a radio DJ. He's like a shock DJ. So midnight call-in, sort of really bad advice, takes the piss. And then things go really weird and strange on this particular show, and I really enjoyed it. It's a good little hour and 40 minutes film. So yeah, if you haven't seen, if you get a chance to see On the Line, then definitely go and watch it. I found it was quite good, and I enjoyed the twist, the twists and turns.
The last I'm actually ordered that now. The last Mel Gibson movie I watched, I think it was probably Fat Man. You know, the Santa one.
Yeah.
That's probably the last one I've seen, actually, of his. Which, I enjoyed that movie. I thought that was a good movie.
And the other one on Netflix that I've watched this week that I haven't seen was that 6 Underground. Do you know, with Ryan Reynolds?
Oh yeah.
Where the group of like super thieves or whatever they are. Now, I quite enjoyed that. I've never seen that. The opening 10 minutes is a bit chaotic, but that sort of just sets the tone for the film. You know, and I'm surprised I've never seen that one before. But if you're looking for something to watch on Netflix, Joan, watch that Slumberland if you haven't seen it. That, like I say, if you've seen What Dreams May Come and Drop Dead Fred, you probably understand what I mean when you watch it. It is a bit like that.
So Chris has asked, have you watched Spirited yet?
No, that's on me list to watch over the weekend, Spirited, because it's just
now it's December. Now it's officially
popped up on me thingy. No, it's popped up on Fbox.
Yeah.
This week. So it wasn't there last week because it's on Apple TV, isn't it, or Apple Play or whatever it is. So I haven't subscribed to that yet. So I'll have to watch it on the phone.
Hmm.
Oh, stream it to the telly.
So, I've been watching this week. Well, first of all, I watched Wednesday.
Is it good?
Yes, very good.
Right.
There's a reason that it's the most watched thing in a week. Apparently, it's took over Stranger Things 4. It's definitely got a Tim Burton spin on it. It's got his signature all over it. That Jenna is it Omega or something? The girl who plays Wednesday, she's really good in it. But it's also got like because it's about her going to a different school, almost like a private school, boarding school sort of thing. And you see the family come and go every so often, parents' evening, that sort of thing. But it's predominantly about Wednesday, and it's sort of trying to find out who's doing things. Is she sort of she's sort of playing like a spy, sort of not a spy, like a detective sort of role, trying to find out what's going on within the school. But then the school has sort of a Hogwarts-esque sort of feel to it, or / Hunger Games sort of, with the different sort of clans in, if you like, of the different people. Like you've got the werewolves and you've got you know what I mean. But yeah, it was really enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. I'd quite happy to sit and watch it again. I hope they make a second series.
No, I definitely need to watch it. Like I say, the reviews on it have been really good, but I haven't I haven't spoken to anyone that's actually sat down and watched it. Everyone's like, yeah, I need to watch it, but yeah, definitely check that on the line though. That's quite good. I did enjoy that one. Yeah. There's a few other films that have popped up on FBox this week. They're all Christmassy stuff. But what I am surprised of is the amount of films that are out for 2022 that aren't mainstream movies. There seems to be hundreds of them this year that aren't going through the big studios, which is surprising me a little bit. They don't make the cinema either.
No, I mean, like I say, this for me was a nice surprise. The other thing I've sat and watched this week, which I've been meaning to get around to for a while, was Halloween Kills, and it was such a waste of time.
I'm not really a big Halloween.
It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I mean, I enjoyed the first two. The second one was a lot more gory than the first Halloween. This recent trilogy, but this Halloween Kills, it goes off on a kind of tangent for no reason whatsoever. It's like you'd assume it's about Michael Myers, and it isn't. It's about some random kid that's getting bullied, and Michael Myers is in a sewer somewhere, living out his days there because he's weak and needs to build his strength back up again. And then this kid decides he's going on a killing spree. It's just mental. Absolutely mental. It's just cinemas seem to be back on its arse. The film's coming out, and I just don't know how to explain it. It was such a disappointment. I mean, Laurie she gets the ending that she should have had. Really, her and Michael face off at the end of it for about 5-10 minutes, but I could miss like 2/3 of that film, and I wouldn't miss it at all. You could cut 2/3 of the film out. Yeah. It's absolute horse shit.
There's one. Chris mentioned there before, Troll. That's on FBox, Chris. There's a HD version of that on the stream, on the other means. And then there's one here that's took me fancy. It's a Good Night Oppie. Now that looks like it's sort of like a real life sort of Wall-E type of Marsh drone type of thing.
And it's on Netflix anyway.
That looks quite cool. Yeah, that looks quite cool. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I say, there's a couple here that took me fancy today. Guardians Christmas special. So you've watched it. What did you think, mate? Because I found it was quite funny.
Well, I only got through the first half of it because I had to turn it off to sort my son out, and then I said I'd go back to it. But from what I saw of it, I was enjoying it. I think when it first when I first turned it on and it was all sort of cartoon, I was like, I hope this ain't a cartoon. Like literally, And then it sort of switches, and I'm like,
what are you talking about? One doing the Christmas ruining Christmas.
Yeah. And then that guy, that band that's all of a sudden's like, well, we got these instruments that I've never ever seen before. And sort of start singing a Christmas song. Basically, that Christmas song is awesome. But yeah, it seems like a lot of fun.
It's just got music in it.
You cannot class it as a musical, Chris, because otherwise Steve, by rights, can't like it. He literally,
it's not a musical. It's just got music in it. Yeah, it's just got music in it. It's not a musical.
I
don't know what's going on with my internet.
To Junie, and saw your comments earlier on, but obviously we're talking. But I'm sorry for your loss anyway, for what it's worth. Hope your friends and everything, you're all right. Until Shabba Master 2 comes out in cinema, Chris. All right, Shabba. I don't know if you saw it the other night, but I changed the names on the chat. So Vin Diesel over there, got Vin Diesel. I had Spud. Chris. In fact, Chris and all of us, we've all got them names now on a little chat that we do.
CGI tinted.
Yeah, CGI tinted. He changed it to, and he changed mine to Spud, so I changed his to mini Vin Diesel. It's family, mate. It's family.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, so I really enjoyed the Christmas special of Guardians. It was nice to see Mantis get a bit of sort of screen time to herself. She was sort of like the comic relief, wasn't she, at the back of Guardians 2?
Yeah.
Her and Drax it's just so funny. It's the bit
where I mean, when they go and get Kevin Bacon. When they go and get Kevin Bacon, and it's like got that candy cane, and he loses the thing that he's nicked. What is it, snowman or something? I can't remember now.
The elf. I've lost my funny man.
Yeah, the elf.
Where's my little funny man?
But I mean, it's a bit of a laugh with that.
You need to watch the rest of it though, Steve, because it is quite funny.
Julie says she's been watching crap Christmas films. They are terrible but hypnotizing. I officially will not watch one until today. I think now I can.
Right. Let's clear something up, right? I was out with the girls last night. We went trampolining, and
sorry, just that statement alone. You were out with the girls last night. I was going, where's this going?
So I was out with the girls last night, and we went trampolining. And Amelia, the youngest one, she was like, "It's Christmas tomorrow." It's not Christmas tomorrow. It's the 1st of December tomorrow. But it's Christmas. It's not Christmas, Amelia. It's December. Christmas is the 24th of December to the 26th of December. And that's when my Christmas decorations are going up and coming down. Or this Christmas is a month-long thing. It's just a fad. You know? What's Christmas movie? Christmas Eve.
So I've got a couple. We're putting the Christmas trees up at work today in the different areas and stuff. And I was speaking to one of my colleagues. I think he's Polish, and he was saying that his tradition was that they put it up on the day before Christmas. So basically, Christmas Eve. They put it up Christmas Eve and they take it down on the 6th of January. I could live with that. Literally spending Christmas Eve putting up the Christmas tree. And then having it up for like a week or so, I'd be fine with that. These people that put it up at the middle of October, that gets me.
Yeah, and Belle, Mrs. Hayden has probably been watching Christmas 24 while Chris has been filming all his pickup videos. So,
yeah.
you know, I can understand why people do it. It's just not for me. You know, Christmas for me is that short period done. You know, I don't get excited over it. The presents have been bought. They've not been wrapped. They've been bought. They're away in the corner somewhere. But, you know, I probably get excited Christmas morning or Christmas Eve and I can have a drink and then I realise, yeah, I don't need to get up early in the morning Christmas Day. No,
but you would anyway.
1st of December. It doesn't start the 1st of December. You know? What's the song? Is it 12 Days of Christmas, is it?
And the Christmas tree comes down on the 12th day of Christmas. Does that mean we take it down on the 12th? If Christmas starts on the 1st?
Yeah.
What does everybody else do? Because I'm a bit of a Grinch. If I could get away with it, I would literally put it up like a week before. Wow. Chris is saying now Spain and Germany going out. Okay, now. But then that's Thingy's been dumped out today as well. Belgium, aren't they? How does everybody else do it? Because I think I get told I'm a bit of a Grinch, really. Ooh.
So Chris has got a good point there. Spirited and Slumberland. Now I haven't seen Spirited, but I have seen Slumberland. I think Slumberland would have done absolutely brilliantly at the cinema as a winter adventure. I think it would be absolutely brilliant. But like I say, Netflix must be making the money, and although they were claiming billions of pounds lost early on in the year, you know, in subscriptions, so they must be doing something great. Steve's obviously looking at the football.
Yes, I can confirm, Shabba. It is 2-1 to Costa Rica with the words, "Would you believe it?" on there. I agree with it, Steve. Chris. No, like I say, I mean that's not genuinely when I do it, but I was having a conversation with I've got a couple of different colleagues from different places at work, and I was having a conversation with a couple of them because they wanted to put the Christmas tree up in the area where we work, and one of them was saying that obviously they do it on the Christmas as a family tradition. They do it on the Christmas Eve, and it's generally the way that they do it. But for me, it's like this thing over COVID where they've had, you know, people have been putting it up in God knows the middle of October. It sort of stuck, even though now life's almost back to normal. You know, and people aren't off on furlough. It's sort of stuck where people are putting them up really early now. But I would have said 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. They usually take it down, or the week, or just before New Year's Eve.
Christmas Eve and take it down Boxing Day. That's Christmas done. This whole festive period where it lasts 6 weeks is a load of shit.
What's that?
You know,
I wasn't born on Christmas Eve, Judy.
You know, it's just a fad, this whole Christmas, and this whole fucking Christmas Eve boxes bullshit.
What?
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
What is this bullshit? Sorry, guys. You can tell it's after Watershed now. What? This drives. You put presents in a box to give to your kids that are from you on Christmas Eve, but then you've got to pretend that Santa's brought them the good stuff the day after.
So yours is the crap stuff.
Mine's the crap
stuff. Pajamas to go to bed in.
Here you go. Here's your Christmas pajamas and your bloody marshmallow, whatever. Oh, by the way, Santa's brought you your PS5 tomorrow. Fuck off. You can wait. You know what? I don't understand all the Christmas Eve box stuff. You know, I don't understand.
Something sounds to me like you've got a real bee in your bonnet about this, Steve. It's just an aura I'm getting from you that you don't agree with this and your daughters really think that this is a thing. Are you now being told by your daughters that this is a thing?
What's that? I think Big Steve needs to ask Santa for a new watch. His watershed. I don't know. Christmas just pisses me off.
He's Shabba's buggering off to Poland for Christmas. He says for 8 days.
Yeah. You can send me a Christmas Eve box instead. Oh God. I don't know. I just don't know where it comes from. You know, I was the kid in school that wrote Christmas cards and pencils. She could rub them out and send them again next year. You know,
That is sad. That's very, very fucking sad.
I don't send cards at all now. It's a waste of time, waste of money.
I think it's a waste of money.
Lana doesn't get a birthday card off me.
No, I mean, that's probably a different story, but the Christmas ones, it's just ridiculous. You can go in and go, right, I need one for this. And I've spent 50, 60 quid just on cardboard. And it's just like,
that's
bollocks.
Different. That's different, Junie, because that's your birthday. Yeah, but I've got to be careful because I probably think the kids do watch this back, but actually, no, I know they don't because I've just spent the last half an hour swearing about it. How are you supposed to keep that mentality that and the magical thing behind Christmas when you're giving presents out early and then you've still got to try and make him believe that somebody's coming down the chimney to empty his sack the next day? You know, I you know, that whole mentality behind it is what gets me.
There's no logic. Yeah. You don't need to have logic.
No, you do need to have logic. You do. A big fat man's coming to give you presents the next day, and it's not me.
Yeah, I'm now lost weight.
You know that's. I don't know. I'm just not a Christmas person, and I'm not a New Year person either. I'd rather be in bed over New Year than mess about.
Yeah, look at Shab. This is about right.
Yeah, that was it.
I go, Junie, bless her, with the I think it's an American thing that Christmas Eve boxes. It was never around in my childhood. No, it wasn't for us either. I meant we were more excited about Christmas Day.
It's something that slowly creeped in.
It's like most things, isn't it? It's like celebrating Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all that sort of fun stuff. It's literally Americanized for commercial gain. They can get another day out of you where you've got to provide more.
Let's buy a TV for 500 quid because it was 800 quid last week, but it was 450 quid 2 weeks before. Yeah, okay. Someone's making money somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, Kathy. But this is the thing: is that it's just another way of getting more money out of you. Because if you have to then buy an additional present for the Christmas Eve, you know, it's just commercialized, isn't it?
No, you go to B&M. You go to B&M. You buy the gift box ship thing that they have. You know, the love heart. You put it in the box and then you give it out to them. And then the next day you try to, oh, aren't you good? Santa's bought you £900 worth of crap. No, well, no, he's bought you £905 worth of crap because you got one yesterday. You know, it's the
we definitely need a reality TV show. Christmas with Medium Steve.
Yeah, it's like New Year's Eve. I'd rather be in bed at New Year's Eve because what's the first thing people are going to say to you? Oh, I'm going to stop drinking next year. I'm going to go on a diet. 1 minute past 12, you've got a beer in hand and a slice of pizza from Domino's. That's going well for you, isn't it? You fucked yourself up the first minute of the New Year.
The funniest thing for me about New Year and New Year's Eve is New Year's Day when it's like a next sale and it's on at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. At some stupid random time in the morning. The poor sods at work at Next must dread it. Absolutely dread it.
Probably get a cabbage and thinking it's a Nike football and yeah. I'm not bar humbug, Kath. It's the whole thing has become so commercialized. It just takes the fun away of actually being able to enjoy what it's supposed to be. It's like Easter. We'll get New Year's Day, the Easter eggs will be in the shop. And then you've got 3 months of eating chocolate you didn't want to eat.
You need a bank loan for pizza, says Judy. This is it. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. I mean, obviously, when I worked in retail, our store was across the road from it, but the car park had been absolutely rammed on New Year's Day, because it had been open since 4:00. But I'm telling you now, there is not one member of staff in that's going, I can't wait for that. Curry's on Xmas Day. What's that? Xmas Eve, work till 4 in the morning, getting all the POS. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they're a bit more on it nowadays when it comes to putting POS out, but yeah, you can't really do any of that until after the store's closed.
I think that next thing, they'll have bouncers on the door in Cheshire Oaks on Boxing Day. Yeah,
really.
The Cheshire Oaks next, Nike and Adidas, they will have doormen with a queuing system. And you know what? Right. You can actually pay for a time slot to get into Next, because the queues are that big. Not Next, into Nike. The queues are that big. Get in there. You can actually pay for a time slot, so you can walk in without queuing up. It's fucking bonkers.
That's bad, isn't it? Hey, TK. Yeah, that's bad. That, but say it's Christmas in a nutshell. I think that's yes. Get all the expensive toys. Medium Steve can start pin and clear the shelves. All those plastics tap behind you.
Do you know what? I have my girls on Boxing Day. Yeah, so we used to split it. So they used to spend Christmas Eve, Christmas Day with the mum, and then Christmas night into Boxing Day with me. But no one could really settle. You couldn't just have a Christmas Day and then whatever else. You video call them Christmas morning to see them open the presents and everything else. But I get them Boxing Day, which is great, because I give them the presents, I give them the money, and then we go off and we go and spend it in the sales and whatever.
Hang on a wee second. Hang on. So you have them Boxing Day, yeah?
Yeah.
So you don't have them Christmas Eve, correct?
That's right, yeah.
So all the argument we've just spent 10 minutes, 15 minutes talking
doesn't
about...
mean that they don't get Christmas Eve boxes, though. They still want Christmas Eve boxes off me.
What, so 2 days later?
No. So they want me to give them it early so they can open it Christmas Eve. Right?
But you don't see them.
I see them before Christmas.
All right, just not Christmas Eve.
I just won't see them Christmas Eve. So they want me to give them the Christmas Eve boxes early, so they've got something to open Christmas Eve, and then they'll have something to open off me for Christmas Day, and then we'll go out Boxing Day.
Put a note in it says, I owe you, you'll get it Christmas Day.
Yeah, see you in 2 days' time.
Yeah, see you ready for 2 days' time. Oh, Judy says we're going away for Christmas again this year. Heading down to Bathgate to brother-in-laws on 21st. Then we're heading to Sunderland for a wee holiday cottage on the 23rd till the 28th. I was literally just about to accuse you of just getting out of doing all the pots on the Christmas Day, but you're going on the 23rd to a holiday cottage rather than round your brother-in-law's. So fair enough.
I remembered the name of the hotel that my auntie used to live next to in Bathgate. Right. Is it Craghall Manor? There's a big white one on the corner of a three-way junction down there, the big park, just slightly outside the town. We used to go up to Bath quite regularly. It's quite a nice little town, to be fair. Then she moved up to Lanark, and then she's down in Hoyk now. She moves around, my auntie.
Slight change of subject, but did you watch Cookie and Aiden's? Did you watch Chris's England thing the other day? Because I know you were on it for about 5 minutes at the start. Did you watch it afterwards?
I was on it for about 5 minutes when I was waiting for Lana to come out of yoga.
All right. Did you watch it when you got back?
I just finished.
Andrew rapidly changed allegiance.
Yes, but then Andrew also put me off as well because I need to buy him a belt the next time I see him.
He literally just went, right, that's it now, England fan, whipped off the top with the fucking England shirt underneath.
I was laughing though that Chris got demonetized over Andrew's little flashing show, and then I thought that was quite funny. All the places for food are booked up Christmas Day here. Yeah, we were looking at going out for food at Christmas, and we just found that it was going to be easier. But we've ended up with the monster-in-law coming in here Christmas Day.
Really?
Yeah. So I must have been naughty for me to get the monster-in-law. So, yeah. I don't know. On a serious note, we're going to... All right, okay. I just won't get the time to find spot. Yeah. No. So, what's your go-to Christmas movie then, Steve? Because I quite like Santa Claus the movie. If I was to watch a Christmas movie, I think John Lithgow's just an absolute brilliant bad guy in that.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is that I would always go with something like Home Alone, but I've been saying that if I can't use that, then it's if we say sort of something related to Christmas, I would say. Well, you got National Lampoon stuff like that. I like them movies, but I think the Santa Claus movie is a good movie. But I'm probably more of a Scrooge person, so I'd rather watch one of the probably something like Blackadder's Christmas special, Muppets, Christmas Carol. That has to be watched every Christmas. I literally have a list of movies that I have to tick off the list now. Yeah, just noticed TK have equalised. There's a list of movies that I feel that I have. It's the only time of year I watch Christmas movies. So if I don't watch them, I feel a bit. I get a bit gutted that I haven't actually watched them. I have to wait another 12 months to watch them again.
Scrooged is good. I do like Scrooged. But isn't Spirited just a new taking on Scrooged?
I think it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a parody of that, maybe. I think because I remember watching the trailer and he references it in the trailer, doesn't he? He references Scrooge in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's like, is this like a Scrooge or something? And so I'm guessing it's more like a parody, or at least they're acknowledging that.
3-2 Germany.
Sorry?
3-2
3-2? Bloody hell. Are Germany going to go through now? Can't be. Bloody hell.
Spain is still getting Germany are winning.
Can I have a...
Yeah, isn't Scrooge just a remake of Christmas Carol? It is. It's a comedy version of the Christmas Carol, isn't it? Bill Murray's take on the Christmas Carol.
Germany. Yeah, so Germany still needs Spain to equalise.
That's it, Junie. Big white one on the corner with a great big park with a zip wire that used to go down. Not zip wire, what are they called?
Hey, Baz. Baz the Dev. Welcome.
Yeah. Zip line. It's like a zip line thing. The big slides that they have, the big swings. Yeah, we used to go quite regularly. Christmas?
What are we saying about Christmas movies, sorry?
Which Christmas movies did you watch that you wish you hadn't have seen? To me, it's all of them that have got flipping singing in it.
You can't say that. That's just gonna. That's that. I don't know. I think probably more of the recent ones. I think, I don't know if I've watched any from like this 80s, 90s. That sort of era where I've gone, I don't want to watch that again. And they've all been really good. They sort of got the nostalgic feel to it. Let me see. me see if there's any that I can think of.
Family Man. See, you did all right there, Baz, when you've asked the best time travel movie, and then you've put Back to the Future trilogy. Chris does that. We ask him for the best movie, and he counts the whole trilogy as the movie.
I tell you what,
I'm not a big fan of the Back to the Future series, though.
What? Terrible.
I'm not a big. You know, I'm not a big fan of it. It's Turbo Time. That's Jingle All the Way, isn't it?
Yes, Jingle All the Way. See, that's again. I think what we need to do is get a list together of movies that we have to watch in this next period of time, and just literally smash it out.
Oh, there you go. Back to the Future 2. That's better.
So I'd say one of the modern ones I enjoy is like Bad Mum's Christmas, and the Daddy's Home ones. I think there's any that I didn't really
The boy with a thorn in the side. He said, "What about Hot Tub Time Machine?"
That's a good movie. That I've got it on. The steelbook of that one, Hot Tub Time Machine. Good movie.
Time Cop's a good time travel movie. I quite like the premise of that.
I'm still yet to see Time Cop 2. What's that?
Would you class Planes, Trains and Automobiles as a Christmas movie? Yes.
Yes, because we don't celebrate Thanksgiving over here. So for us, it's the closest thing to Christmas, really. Dude, I was being ironic. Did you ever dress up as Mrs. Dan? No, I didn't, Junie. I'd managed to get away with that until you mentioned it. So thank you very much for that. That was dead and buried. But no, I appreciate that. Thanks for dragging that back up again.
It wasn't dead and buried. We just knew he wasn't going to do it. Just like his videos, Junie. He keeps telling me he's going to do a top 5 Robin Williams.
Define good movie, little Steve. What you want about? I like a good movie. What do you want me to define exactly? Was it what I was talking about movie-wise?
Someone said, yeah, Germany 4-2.
It doesn't matter. They're still going out unless Japan lose a goal. We'll keep mentioning it weekly from now. I'm so chuffed you're doing that, Junie. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that.
Christmas special. For the Christmas special, I'll dress up as Robin Williams and he's coming as Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hot Tub Time Machine is a good movie because I like the premise of when they go back to sort of the 80s time. I like that era of the fashion, the way that the sort of the music, that sort of stuff. So I think regardless of whether, I mean, there's some funny bits in it as well, but regardless of the cast or the story, I think you're in with a shout for me if it's within the 80s. That's why I like it.
7 minutes added on to the Japan-Spain game. They're
adamant they want Germany in it.
Yeah, I'm just lost me will to live with this World Cup because there's no games that have not got double figures worth of extra time in it. It's bonkers. Right, shall we do the wheel, Steve?
Yes, do the wheel, please, before Junie brings up Miss Doubtfire again.
Look, you're doing Mrs. Doubtfire. End of.
Come
on. I'm just loading it up now, sir. 2 seconds. It's coming. Well, yeah, we'll have to agree to that. There we go. Right. Movie.
Yes. What was it? When Harry Met Sally.
When Harry Met.
Okay.
Okay. And then let's open the actor's wheel.
I know I've got that.
Okay. Have we taken Denzel off? Shuffle it. Go.
Who? Julianne Moore.
Julianne. Evolution, Hannibal.
Yeah, I get it. That's not Bernard Marlin one. The boy with the science said, if you consider Out of Time Machine, you may also, on course, include Dude, Where's My Car as an obvious retreat. Yeah, I mean, I remember going and seeing that at the cinemas. Hey, Cherry. I remember going and seeing that in the cinemas, and I don't think that stands up today in modern day. I think if I tried to watch that now, I think I'd probably just turn it off. But I remember it being funny when I watched it years ago. I love Cherry with the broken back. Oh, hi, Mum, without the broken back. You've got a broken back. What's going on? Have we got a poorly Cherry?
Jeannie saying she can't wait to listen to the pretend orgasm scene. I mentioned this the other week when we were talking about When Harry Met Sally. Have you seen the League of Their Own Christmas special where they're over in the States?
Well, you could narrow it down to a few different specials.
Yeah, so the latest one where they're in the States, they go to the cafe where that scene is filmed, and they take part in a challenge there, and then the loser has got to reenact that scene. And it's funny watching Jamie Redknapp do it, and just Freddie Flintoff's reaction behind it was just absolutely outstanding. It's just the best thing you've seen on a League of Their Own for a while. You know.
Should we should we have a look at the trailer?
Oh yes.
Give it a try.
Let me get YouTube up then.
Give it a try. See if it's any good. I don't know if it's because the wheels run weird when I'm trying to watch him on my end. So we'll have to see if it's any good. As if it's your internet, I'll give it a shot.
Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. There we go. So we want to present.
Think I can fly when I'm with you.
No, I don't think that's a bit loud, that, Steve. Yeah, it's not going to do it, is it? Does it play normally for you?
It's playing normally for me. Do you want to try it on yours?
Yeah, go on then. Give me a second. Give me a sec.
I think little Steve needs to dress up as Mrs. Doubtfire to do the Harry Met Sally orgasm noise. Oh God, that'll be hilarious.
So you have to open it up as a separate. Can you open it up as another window or what?
Yeah, open up as another tab, and then when you go to present, you just select that tab.
I don't know what's going on here. We get back on. You still with me?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What the fudge is going on here? What's that?
No, you don't have to believe Julie. Behave, Julie. It's quite funny. Have you got it?
No, I haven't mind got it. I can't find where anybody else is. There we go. Back in. Let me just. What is going on
It's
here?
Rise of the Beasts, isn't it? It's called Transformers.
No, yeah, it's not that. I'm just trying to figure something out. Let me get back on the stream. Right. That's YouTube.
No, we're not on Marvel. We're on Transformers, Kathy.
So let's see if this actually works. Right, so for that, share screen, is it?
Yeah. And then it'll ask you for your tab or your Chrome window. I don't talk Marvel that often, you know. And it's not me that normally starts those conversations. Yeah, the Beast Wars trailer.
So can you see that?
It's loading up now, mate. 2 seconds. There you go. I've got it.
You see it?
Yeah.
It's suitable to Anfield. Why is Robbie looking the wrong way? This is an election. Looks like someone could only do half the job. Don't wait for a clogged drain to ruin your day. Mr. Muscle Gel works in 5 minutes. Buy it before you need it.
You see that?
Yeah, see it, yeah. It's a bit blocky, but it's coming on.
Oh, shit.
Stand down. I'm not the one to fear crime. There is a darkness coming.
Oh.
It was all a dream.
Pull over! I'm not driving!
And if you don't know, now you know.
Look at that.
Grandma, Mr. Brooklyn way. And if you don't know, now you know. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call the bitch, same number, same room. It's all good. Above the threats from both your past and future. You've never faced anything like this. Let them come.
Oh.
And if you don't know,
Optimus Primal. See, Optimus Prime looks amazing. Rhinox looks amazing. You know, just in those trailers there, I quite like the way that Prime's not overly big, you know, compared to the others as well. But with the Beast Wars, you know, they're roughly the same size. And I was worried that they were going to try and sort of play off the sizes a little bit, you know, so the Beast Wars were little. So
Really?
yeah,
I must admit, we're not going to go on too much because I think that was quite good. That, but one of the things I just noticed then is the Optimus Prime looks a bit more of an original Optimus Prime look rather than it being a Michael Bay-esque. Like for, you know, the first couple of movies of that.
They've kept the graphical look the same as they did with Bumblebee. You know, the Cybertron.
That's true. So they've done that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's more of an 80s sort of look. That's really cool. That looks really cool. That.
Yeah. Well, there we go, ladies and gents. Now we know we can actually review the trailer. You know, we could do this live when the new trailers drop. That'd be.
Did it run okay for you? Because when I watched it, I was a bit worried with yours. It was a bit clunky at the start.
I think it was a bit clunky at the start, but you know when you shortened it and you went back out again, you lost the echo and the pictures started picking up again. I need to get a lead for the Wi-Fi up here, you know, so I'm not on the Wi-Fi. I'm plugged straight into the router.
Yeah.
Because our internet's not particularly great because we're on 3 floors, aren't we? So we've got an extender and it doesn't really work. So yeah, we'll do that. What time's the duck race? Wrong show. It's Michael Bay movie, or are we getting the cassette player Soundwave? I'm hoping so, but he's not been in any of the trailers, has he? Soundwave. And I didn't like the way that Bay did him. To be fair, it was sort of like a waste. An Ethernet cable, Cat 5. I need a Cat 5. But other than that, I'm actually looking forward to it. And as you know, I'm not really a big fan of the Beast Wars stuff. I wasn't a big fan of the Netflix take on it either when they did Kingdom.
Tony, he says it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, mate. Nice to see you.
Oh, happy birthday, mate. So I wasn't a big fan when they did the Kingdom on Netflix either. But that looks really, really cool.
I want to show my new Prezi Cherry. Show it that I'm not moving from the bed. Look, Kathy, I get the impression that Cherry ain't moving.
Yeah. I've used the Ethernet cable to the extender before. Yeah.
We've had some very loyal people on tonight, so thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We've had sort of 20, averaging 18 to 20 plus in the chat, so thank you for that.
Just on that note, guys, thank you very much to the 40 additional subscribers we've had in the last 2-3 weeks. It's been a big boost to the numbers. So thank you very much for the support on that. And like I say, I know other channels have gone live since we've been on, so we've kept the call there, which is quite good. No, I haven't seen Troll yet, Ash. It's on my phone for the streaming services, but like I say, someone mentioned before, it's on Netflix, so I'll have to give it a watch. Is it worth watching?
Oh, the Troll. I don't know. I apologize for not. Yeah, well, I was thinking that, Cherry. I was when you've not been on, and then you were on. I think Chris's chat the other day. I was like, what's going on here then? But she's been busy as heck, apparently.
She's been demoted back to special guest now instead of third host.
Kathy, I'm not going to be able to show it, I don't think. But Kathy sent us a picture of a new Prezi, which is a Gremlins Gizmo Christmas stocking. Actually, that's a lot better than I expected it to be on the picture. Right. Christmas stocking ornament of Gizmo. That's awesome, that, Kathy. It's really cool.
So, what I need you to do, ladies and gents, is that at the end of this video, go on, like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and then comment that you want Lana to do more of a 1-minute takeovers.
That looks tons better out of the box. Now I'm saying it won't bloody thing you.
So if you want more of Lana's 1 minute takeovers, then you'll have to comment that you want some, because she doesn't believe me when she says that when I say that you're all asking for them. Apparently you prefer them than you do mine. That's the message I got anyway. So yeah.
Oh, bless him.
Right. Yeah. Well, one of us is going to do video, Steve, because you don't.
I do quality over quantity, mate.
No, not according to the figures. You don't. What, I don't know what happened, but that Dread review went off. It was like 2 weeks after we put it on, and it ended up getting like another 60, 70 views than what it had, and about 20 subscribers.
Bloody
so
hell.
I don't know what happened. It just, people just must like Carl Urban, you know. All right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna call it a night. I think we will have a dabble into this trailer review thing, mate. And in fact, I tell you what we could do is that, because I was on Gareth's channel the other day. If you haven't subscribed to Video Tasties, go and subscribe to him, because he does some really good watch alongs and stuff like that. And I was on there the other day watching Spies Like Us, and I'm on there again in January with Sophie and Gareth watching Little Shop of Horrors. So if you haven't subscribed to Gareth, go and give him a watch and a subscribe.
Yeah.
Because he does some really good watch alongs, and I wouldn't mind having a go at doing some of those watch alongs. I know that we have talked to Chris about coming on to do one here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll try that. But like I say, the trailers, now I know that it's better on your side than not mine, then that might be something that we can do a bit more and give it another string to our bow.
We'll just figure out how to do it so that it's so that it works. But cheers to Neil for pointing that out to us, because otherwise we wouldn't have done it. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Please don't forget to like.
It's like a Quality Street advert. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah. God, them things are small now. Them boxes are Quality Street, aren't they? But are you a Roses guy? A Quality Street?
Just chocolate in general.
Celebrations.
Yeah, I'd rather throw them all in one big mix and just help yourself. But yeah, but I say that chocolate are more cakes. I can sit there and just eat cakes.
That's why you're a Big Steve.
That's why I'm Big Steve, yeah. And it's worse now because Costco's mince pies are in. So yeah, I'm avoiding them.
I still love you guys, promise. Yeah, I know. Just get better, will you?
Right, and don't forget, little Steve, you have promised to do Mrs. Doubtfire with the orgasm scene from Harry Met Sally next week.
I don't remember saying that bit, to be fair. But we've got to watch that movie.
I've said that, and I've promised on your behalf. Right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we'll catch you next week, and keep your eye out for any content. And like I say, please like the video, hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment about what films you'd like us to add to the wheel, or like us to do like watch alongs or anything like that, and we'll pick them up from there. See you soon.
Take care, everyone. Bye.